My cat has become as fat as a fluffy ball, and it's all because of the limited activity space in my 14 square meter home. It spends the whole day either lounging around or taking naps, and even if it walks a few steps, it just lies down. It's a real lay-flat master. Looking at its increasingly chubby figure, I decided to build an exclusive treadmill for it. I rummaged through my grandpa's warehouse and found an old wooden ring used for making steamers. It was uneven in width, but no problem. I carefully trimmed it with my grandpa's old-fashioned plane to make it as regular as possible, although not perfect. After adding 2 right-angle flange rings that cost me $5, a circular runway with a diameter 80 began to take shape. The length of the wooden ring was a bit short, and the edges didn't fit well, but overall it was passable. I used an electric drill to make holes and screw nuts all around to stabilize the runway. However, the hole at the front was a bit dangerous. When running on the treadmill, it's quite easy for the cat to be flung out through this hole, and I had to figure out how to make it turn first. I got a solid wooden board to make the base and cut it into 2 pieces with the size of 80-30 centimeters. First, I placed the runway in the center of one board, leaving 8 centimeters at the bottom, and marked it. Then I used double-sided tape to stack the 2 boards together for cutting, which saved time and effort, and the cut bases were the same size. What do you think we can do with the waste materials cut off? Next, I placed the flange ring in the edge of the board in a tangential position and used a jigsaw to cut off the excess parts. After doing the same on both sides, the base looked much better. Then I sanded the corners with sandpaper to prevent hurting the cat and my family. The pulley from a sliding door became the power source for the runway and just fit into the groove on the side of the runway. I used a white paper as a temporary positioning plate. First, I fixed the pulley on side A and then installed the opposite side B to ensure symmetry. After that, the runway could turn smoothly when placed on it. I plugged the hole on the runway with some scrap wood, but then I found that the runway was a bit wobbly. So I measured the distance between the 2 boards, cut 2 baffles, and used L-shaped connectors to fix them to the sideboards. After installing the other side as well, I got a stable base. Finally, I laid an old carpet, cut it to the width of the runway, and glued it with a hot glue gun. If there is no old carpet, a yoga mat or vinyl flooring would also work. And the glue gun can be replaced with Velcro for easy removal and washing. The treadmill was finally done. I placed it by the window for Simba to try, but it didn't show any interest. Even when I put it on the treadmill, it remained motionless. Catnip couldn't attract it either. In the end, it was only with the temptation of cat treats that it reluctantly took the first step. After 3 days of training, it finally learned to walk, but there is still a long way to go before it runs on its own. Moreover, the treadmill was a bit noisy, so I added rubber edge guards and sponge-free pads to it, and the noise reduction effect was quite good. I'm looking forward to the day when Simba can gallop like it. That's all for today's cat weight loss plan. See you next time.